back to the doctor on May the 11th, I told her I was doing the carnivore diet. She said, great. And she said, that's what Jordan Peterson does. And I was like, oh, okay, so you know all about it. She goes, oh yeah, I know about it. And so we started talking about it, and she said, that's great, keep it up. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to change anything. You just keep doing what you're doing. It's doing great. You've already lost 20 pounds. I told her about a pain I was having in my back. And she said, well, I want you to go have a sonogram and a chest x-ray. Let's just make sure everything's okay. So I decided that on May 31st, I was going to go and have that done. So she did the prescription for the sonogram and chest x-ray to make sure everything's okay, that I wasn't having a gallbladder attack or something else was going on when my kidneys was messing up or something. So on May 31st, I went and had that done. On June 7th, went back in, and at that point, so at this, let's see, I weighed 420 pounds on May the 11th. So I went back in and went back into the doctor's office. And at this point, I weighed 404, so I lost 16 pounds. So during this whole time, my scale at home, they tell you, don't get on the scale, don't, stay away from the scale. Well, at home, I can't get on the scale because the scale at home won't let you weigh. It keeps on telling you, those ERR because it won't weigh anything over 400 pounds. So I'm like, it's really like discouraging when you can't get on the scale at home. And I'm like, oh, this is so, I can't get on the scale. So, why bother? And, it's discouraging to begin with. And when you can't get on it, it's like, I want to be able to get on it. And chest x-ray was fine. No enlarged heart, nothing like that. The sonogram basically shows that I have a slight fatty liver, but according to my blood work, my liver enzymes are fine, and my kidneys are functioning normally. And she said, I'm not going to worry about your liver, the slight fatty liver, because my liver enzymes are fine. So we're not going to worry about that. We're going to test your blood again in October is what she wants to do. At that point, we're going to go ahead and do another blood work to check my cholesterol to see what the carnivore diet is doing. We'll compare it to my blood work I did in April to see what changes as far as my LDL, HDL, and triglycerides and all that stuff. And I'll be able to tell y'all what the difference would be. I'll give you my numbers before, numbers after. Like I said, my A1C was 5.9. I'll be able to tell you what it will be afterwards. Oh, also, I was able to get on, because I was pre-diabetic, with the 5.9, I was put on a continuous glucose monitor, and I've got my Dexcom G7, and I've been on it. I can't show you that right now because I'm recording with my phone, and it's on my phone right now that I'm recording on. But it's been helpful because I can see basically at least when I'm insulin resistant and how my number has come down. I was running about like 129 on my blood glucose prior to, and like lately I've been running around 95 to 100, around there, even when I eat. So I can also see what my body does when I eat, even when I'm just eating straight protein. So I can see how my body reacts to just eating protein, and a lot of times that will tell me if I'm even protein is, if I'm getting enough fat, or if I'm just how my body is metabolizing the protein and so forth. And I went back to the doctor July 17th, and on July 17th I'd lost 13 more pounds, so that put me at 391. And so from 391 on July 17th, and then I was 379 today. So 12 days, I'd lost another, what was that? 391, 379, so what, 12 more pounds in 12 days. So in 96 days, I've lost 61 pounds. Now, what I've been doing as far as my diet, I've been doing 1 meal a day. I've been doing, usually the meal I do, it varies. I usually eat some sort of beef. Usually it's a hamburger patty, you know, up to a pound of hamburger patty. It's not like 80-20, it varies anywhere between 80 to 90%, but then I'll put butter on it if I get up to 90%. Sometimes I'll have a New York strip or ribeye, or I'll have a chuck steak if I don't have a hamburger patty, or I'll have a tri-tip roast in there, or a chuck roast. A lot of eggs. I've also liked making like an egg flour soup kind of thing with a couple of eggs and a bone broth. Sardines are mixed in there, so for the omega-3s. I've actually, I wasn't a big organ meat kind of guy. I was doing the ancestral supplements, the beef organs, the bottle of those. I do 3 to 6 of them a day, because I wasn't an organ meat kind of guy. My mom used to try to hide liver, and she'd make liver and put it in this thing that was like this rice and tomato thing and try to hide it in it, but I could smell it when I came in the house, and they used to like overcook liver, and it was nasty. And so I would look up how to cook liver online and stuff, and then I found one thing that said cook liver in bacon grease and just add a little salt to it. So I said, well, you know what, I'm going to try this one. I tried to find liver anywhere in this town, and nobody sold liver unless it was like in the freezer section. And so I decided one day I was going to buy it and just try to make it. So I decided one day, okay, I'm going to buy liver and just try it and just see what it's like. So I bought 1 package of liver, and I let it thaw out and decided I was going to make it. And I put some bacon grease in a skillet, and I asked my son if he wanted to try it. And so put some bacon grease in the skillet and let it thaw out, and just put it in there, let it change color real quick. Put a little salt on it and threw it over the other side, let it change color real quick. Don't let it cook real long or anything. Pulled it out and ate it, and you know, surprisingly, it was all right. I was really shocked. So that was the first time I've eaten liver in my life that I can remember that it didn't taste awful and that it was actually pretty good. So I was really surprised. And also another thing is if you've ever watched Chris Cooking Nashville, you need to watch him. He is awesome on some of his recipes. He is like innovative and amazing. His mashed potatoes, oh my gosh, Chris, you are a lifesaver. That mashed potatoes is like, I don't know, you are ingenious. That was the best thing. I mean, you get that with a steak and you're just, oh, you know, I don't even know what to say. You guys just, if you're watching this, go watch his channel, Chris Cooking Nashville. That's all I got to say. I'm going to have links down there of all my influences. Go click on it down there. If you're watching this, go down in my descriptions down below, Chris Cooking Nashville. You have to go watch him.